WWE are said to be re-evaluating Drew McIntyre's WrestleMania opponent. When did the WWE decide to have Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble? That's been revealed, and we have some spoilers for tonight's AEW Dynamite in this video, if you fancy. So, with his move to SmackDown made official last Friday, with his elimination from the Royal Rumble being done by Damian Priest, who is also now on SmackDown as well, all signs pointed to Drew McIntyre facing Damian Priest in a big old dirty, sweaty boy singles match at WrestleMania. However, it looks like that might be about to change.
Yes, that's according to Dr. Chris Featherston, PhD, who has reported sources within WWE have informed me that the online backlash of Drew McIntyre's potential WrestleMania opponent has opened up internal discussions to reevaluate current plans.
Online backlash affecting plans?
Did you see a bit of it? Oh, right, I see. As in, like, we've seen this happen really recently with Cody Rhodes. Well, no, that was 10 years ago now. I was going to say, and with Daniel Bryan as well.
That was just the other year. Not 10 years ago at all.
Yeah.
The Yes Movement, all that kind of thing.
It's interesting because there was a backlash when those reports emerged and it was said, Drew versus Priest. And I think a lot of people, unfortunately for Priest, were actually more sympathetic towards Drew, saying like he's done amazing work this past year. The feud with Punk was really good. His promo stuff's been the best, maybe in his whole career. He's been the best character version of himself he's ever been. And his reward is what many people saw to be like a step down, this match against Damian Priest, which is nothing against Priest. I think people just felt that Drew deserved to be up there with the likes of Punk, Roman, like Rollins, those sort of big feuds heading into WrestleMania.
I guess it was worries about the story as well, because I guess the story's starting point is there with what happened with the world title, but that more circulates around CM Punk than it does Drew and Priest having like at odds with each other. And I guess it's the story. Where does it start? Where does it begin? How good does it get? Is it just because obviously Damian Priest go to SmackDown, he's now a main event guy. Drew McIntyre, wherever he goes now, is a main event guy. Was it just going to be kind of like a showcase match just because they are two of the bigger names?
Yeah, that's what it feels like. And the fact that maybe it would be built around this cash-in that Priest did, which, as you say, was more centered around Punk, that would imply to me that it's not really a feud at the forefront of WWE's mind. It's just more like, we need them both on the card. There, we'll stick them together there.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why they did what they did on SmackDown last week with Drew McIntyre and LA Knight involved in the same segment, with LA Knight going, need to get my stuff in, but I guess it would have been, if we're sitting here now, obviously hindsight being a beautiful thing that it is, if they just fed into those online rumours coming out of the Rumble, which led to nothing, as it did with Drew McIntyre walking out with CM Punk in 2023 as well. The stories came to nothing, feeding into that and creating a story between LA Knight and Drew McIntyre for WrestleMania.
Yeah, that would seem like the logical way to go, and they could do lots of shooty promos that they're both good at.
But have they now underdone that by having that nicey promo on SmackDown last week?
Yeah, absolutely. And now that seemed to be more of like a let's prove the online rumor mill wrong. Yeah. Like Michael Cole's reaction when Bliss came out in the Women's Royal Rumble, which
do not read the dirty sheets.
That infuriated me.
Why?
Because I don't know. It was just he was so satisfied with himself. Michael Cole going, I heard that she wasn't going to show up. Well, you know what's going to happen, Michael. You've got an unfair advantage over the dirt sheets. Not to defend it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, yeah. But speaking of those dirty sheets, probably the dirtiest of them all, the Wrestling Observer newsletter last Friday claimed that Elijah, formerly known as Elias, of course, in the WWE, had signed with AEW to be a part of Ring of Honor. This story came after Elijah was in a video that took Twitter by storm, so it did. He's with the Righteous in the graveyard doing the click of the fingers and all that kind of stuff. However, Fightful Select have seen that report and shot it down.
Yeah, they say, we are told that Elijah is actually not signed by the company. He appeared on the Jericho Cruise taking on AEW talent Tommy Billington, but isn't under contract to AEW or Ring of Honor. During his 2 years away from WWE, he's wrestled in Australia, the UK, and the independent scene. However, of late, we've actually heard that TNA has expressed interest in using Elijah.
So what was that video about then?
Maybe it's just their friend. I don't know.
Is that what friends do? Just make a video in a graveyard that hints to their professional wrestling career? I don't know. It certainly seemed that was because the way it was produced, it felt like an AEW / Ring of Honor promo. Just the effects that we've seen in different promos and whatnot. It felt like it was, because it fit as well as a trio. I thought Elijah going with those two lads.
Visually, they look quite Fitting as well, yeah.
Yeah. He had his guitar. It looked fantastic, but it doesn't look like it's going anywhere for the time being. Although, as we all know, plans may change.
I've seen things emerge from the Jericho Cruise and that, like Osprey crowd surfing and stuff. It just felt like this year all the bad feeling was gone and everyone just had a nice time at the Jericho Cruise amidst all the turmoil in the wrestling world.
Yeah, a haven of tranquility, the Jericho Cruise. Yeah. I don't know why I've said that. Anyway, when did the WWE decide to have Jey Uso win the Rumble? This comes to us from Fightful Select, who have this update as well. I've said that same thing twice. But they're saying, for those asking, Jey Uso had been planned to win the Royal Rumble for quite a while, with Gunther being the selection as his opponent even before Saturday night's main event.
This is the more time that's passed since the Royal Rumble and the more time we've had to digest this quite shocking win of Jey Uso in the men's Royal Rumble match. I think it was quite very clever booking in the build-up to it. Yeah,
you're going to get shot down. Go on, then explain yourself.
Because they misdirected us. Whether or not you agree with Jey actually being the winner of the Royal Rumble and main event in WrestleMania, that's a different thing. But in terms of how they misdirected us, because all our attention was on Punk, Roman, Rollins, Cena. Oh, it's going to be one of these lads, and then they knew all along.
And it's a really popular lad. I was saying this as well. We've been doing this wrestling coverage thing for 10 years. And it feels like apart from the last couple, we've always gone, the WrestleMania, road to WrestleMania is that predictable, the Rumble winner and the matches that are going to happen on the WrestleMania card. This year, nothing's predictable, and that's a great thing in my opinion. Yeah,
on that, apart from Jey versus Gunther now. But yeah, you're right, yeah. And I can't work out. There's the rumour of the triple threat match, isn't there? Punk, Roman and Rollins, which I got called stupid for suggesting that Punk might take the pinfall in that. And someone was like, no, Rollins is taking the pinfall in that. I don't know about that.
It might be Punk or Rollins. I can't see Reigns.
No. But I just feel like Punk's happy enough to just get into a main event. He'll probably be like,
unless Paul turns on Reigns.
That was the favour.
And gets Punk as WrestleMania main event-ish win. You have several main events every WrestleMania.
What is actually going to be the main event? The two main events of WrestleMania.
Should have just the two world title matches, is it not?
But then
Jey on the Saturday, Cody on the Sunday.
But then you don't get the Punk, Roman and Rollins one in the main event. To me, that screams main event match.
Yeah. Who knows what might happen? This is my point. We don't know what's coming for WrestleMania.
But you can't call someone main event Jey Uso and then have him win the Rumble and then not have him.
He's been in the first match of the night loads of times while he's been called main event Jey Uso.
But now he's the Rumble winner.
Yeah.
Oh, very
He's been in tag team matches in the opening match of the night while being called main event Jey Uso and his team saying, I'm just on my own, Oos. Day one-ish, that's how it goes anyway. One thing we can predict is tonight's AEW Dynamite, because it was taped last night in Austin, Texas. If you don't want the spoilers, thank you for watching. We'll see you very soon. But if you do want the spoilers, we've got the highlights here per the Figure 4 online report, which is on their website right now. We'll kick things off with the Death Riders defeating the Undisputed Kingdom to retain the Trios titles, which I forgot they had. Wheeler Yuta pinned O'Reilly with a low blow after a little cradle action.
Now that sounds fine so far. Then things get dramatic, because then a backstage segment saw Cope and Jay White attack the Death Riders and steal Jon Moxley's briefcase. And of course, we know what's inside that briefcase. It's the belt. It's the AEW World Championship, and they've stolen it.
Yeah, crucially, it's the belt that Moxley doesn't care about. He doesn't care about the physical title. He is the embodiment of the championship. He said this in a promo, so he wouldn't care that someone's stolen the materialistic title.
Hold on to that thought, because it does crop up later on. Remember what Ross just said there, that Moxley shouldn't care, and has recently said he doesn't care about the physical belt. It's what's inside.
Elsewhere, MJF defeated Dustin Rhodes after the referee stopped the match while MJF had Rhodes in the STF.
Do you think there'll be more shenanigans in the actual match than have been reported there, possibly?
Oh, yeah, of course. Well, it's MJF against an old gunslinger. They don't make him like him anymore.
And Megan Bain defeated Maya World with the F5. We Googled her. I think she's like a local promising talent and stuff. She seems to be based in Texas. As Megan Bain was walking to the back, Chris Statlander walked down for her bout, which was after that. The two had a stare down. After Statlander then had her match, defeating Penelope Ford, Bain attacked her and gave her an F5 on the floor.
Big, meaty women slapping their meat together. Upcoming, it would seem. The Hurt Syndicate defeated the Guns to retain the tag team titles. Then the Murder Machines came down and they had a stare down with the champions.
Heel versus heel?
It is heels versus heels.
Unless, I guess, the Hurt Syndicate...
They hurt their faces, you know.
People cheer them.
I know they're booked like heels, but when they're coming down and saying we hurt people in the crowd are all saying that, they're definitely faces, aren't they?
Definitely be faces in that feud against the Murder Machines, and I think they'll beat them as well. Who on earth's going to beat the The Hurt.
The Young Bucks.
Maybe the
Coming
Young
back.
Bucks.
Video 1 today.
Oh, I've just seen what the last bit is. It's the bit that everyone's.
Right, so Cope and Jay White brought the briefcase that Moxley says he doesn't care about, but they brought it to the ring. Cope says that if Moxley doesn't accept his challenge for Revolution, he was going to attack the briefcase with a spike.
No, with Spike.
Hey, Spike called Spike.
The bat. He's brought out Spike before. It's his Janice.
Yeah.
Or what was Foley's Barbie. It's his
what
weapon.
Was Floyd.
Yeah.
The spiky version.
Moxley accepted the match. Why would he? So he's held the briefcase hostage, and he's gone. I'm gonna beat him.
There must be a promo where Moxley retcons him. I don't care about the championship. I am the physical embodiment of the championship. There must be one.
Directly contradicts the Renee interview with the Death Riders, where Moxley. The whole point of that interview was him going like, "I'm a champion."
That's why he's had it in a briefcase for months. We've not since he won that title and like ran away with it. We've not seen him pose with it once.
Now that I think about it, though, part of the promo wasn't just him saying the belt doesn't matter, I am the champion. Part of it was him saying you don't deserve to see the belt.
Oh yeah.
So maybe they'll emphasize that bit more than he was saying. Like,
I hope they do.
Yeah, because it felt like partly it was him trying to provoke an attitude change. Everyone needs to learn how to just be a champion rather than looking at the belt like fans. But it still feels contrived.
It does a bit, yeah. Mox has threatened to break Cope's neck, which he's obviously broken once before. Cope attacked the briefcase with Spike, as mentioned there. The Death Riders came to the ring, but Cope and White won the brawl. Marina Shafir managed to get the briefcase back.
Oh, thank God.
The broken briefcase attacked by Spike.
So I don't know where this. I've tried to defend this Death Riders storyline for longer than most did, and now I think this is maybe we'll have to see how it actually plays out on screen tonight. But
I just think the way it's ended, like most episodes of Dynamite have ended the same way, or a match involving the Death Riders have ended the same way. That's been the death nail for me, but this not making sense here. We'll have to obviously see how it plays out in person. There might be something in Figure 4's report that's missing that makes it make sense. Maybe. We've got to say that. I haven't seen the show yet.
It could be brilliant.
It could be brilliant, but also could make no sense, like we've just maybe said there. On the surface,
it doesn't feel brilliant. And I think the deeper problem here, as we've mentioned before on the podcast and stuff, is Cope doesn't fit the theme of the storyline. It's all about having to the young people in AEW having to step up and defend the company, and that Cope's not. He's not.
I mean, he's not looking weak again, is he? He never looks weak. Well, and even when he does look weak, he still wins.
He's just a really good wrestler, isn't he?
Yeah, never puts over the young lads. Anyway, thank you for watching this video today. Go and check out the earlier one. Today, Jack and Owen will be streaming at 5 p.m. on the Twitch channel. Please go there then. Thank you for watching. See you later.